Hi guys, and welcome back to the Carnivore Cast YouTube channel. I'm the host of the Carnivore Cast, Scott Myslinski, podcast by carnivores for carnivores, all about a meat-based diet and lifestyle. And this is going to be 3 key strategies you need to beat sugar cravings with a carnivore diet as a part of World Carnivore Month 2021. And if you like this type of content, please like the video, subscribe, comment. Feel free to share it with a friend. Let me know what your best tips for beating sugar cravings are in the comments, and we can all share and learn together. And if you like this content, I'm going to be coming out with much more of it as the month goes on and going forward. I also have the podcast, which you can check out either here on YouTube or your favorite podcast app. Just look for Carnivore Cast. So the first thing to know about beating sugar cravings is that sugar cravings are both mental and physical. It's not just your body physically, biologically craving the sugar you're used to, but there are also mental triggers and habits that lead to sugar cravings. And I'll get into that a little bit more later. But getting into the first strategy, number 1, is to crush your cravings with protein and fat. Eat up and have food available for you at all times. Especially when you're starting a new diet, a new lifestyle, something like carnivore, it's very easy to fall back into old habits, especially if you're hungry or if you don't have the right types of food available, the food you want to eat on the carnivore diet. So eggs, bacon, cheese, steaks, burgers, all types of meat, pork rinds, salt especially. Have it cooked, have it in your fridge, have it available. And when you eat meals, eat a lot of these foods till you're totally satisfied. And you may still have sugar cravings after that. You may still be wanting that little something sweet. But this way, at least, your body will feel full and you won't be fighting both the sugar craving and hunger. So that's tip number 1. Tip number 2 is control your environment. So you want to the extent possible, get those sugary treats and snacks out of the house, out of sight. Preferably throw them in the trash. Do a full cleaning of the house. If you're with other people in your family or your friends or roommates who eat a lot of sugar, a lot of snacks, that can make it difficult, but tell them how you're eating. That will give you accountability and it'll help them understand if you want those things out of plain sight. And they won't offer it to you. You can ask them, say, hey, I'm really trying to do this to improve my health for the month of January. I think it'll really help me. Please, if you can help me out by just not having this available. And if you're going somewhere with people that will have non-ideal food, like a party or a restaurant, have a plan to pre-eat and or bring carnivore snacks with you, like jerky, pork rinds, purse bacon is a great thing to bring with you, or you can just put it in a Ziploc bag. Hard-boiled eggs, cheese, carnivore bars, these are all great options to have with you. And most restaurants will be able to accommodate you, but always, you can bring something on your own and also pre-eat, fill up on the good stuff before you go out. So that's tip number 2, is controlling your environment. Tip number 3 is replace bad habits. Know your triggers for when you eat sugar. So this is getting into the mental aspect of sugar cravings, not just physical. A lot of people have a typical time and associations that will bring them back to eating sugar. We all have it. And so, for you, it might be late at night watching TV. When is the time when you crave sugar? Is it middle of the afternoon when you're getting bored or stressed at work? Have a plan for an alternative habit. It's much easier to replace a habit than just eliminate them. So in these times when you're typically having a sugary snack or you think you're going to have a craving, have a plan in place, whether it's going for a walk or calling a friend or loved one, meditating, doing 10 squats or push-ups, listening to a podcast, listening to your favorite song, having a tea. These are all great options that can keep you from defaulting into the typical habit of having something sweet and sugary. So that's number 3, is replace the bad habits. And then number 4, bonus tip, surprise, stay away from artificial sweeteners. So I think artificial sweeteners long-term aren't totally evil, and people can reincorporate them into their diet. Some can, some can't. So I'm not totally opposed to them, but especially when you're getting adapted, when you're trying this new way of eating for the first time, it's really good to just get that taste out of your palate. Just eliminate it. And artificial sweeteners can keep that around. So if you're used to having something sweet and you usually have sugar in your coffee, or you usually have a dessert at night, and you just start making that dessert with artificial sweetener, you may not be able to kick the habit and really get rid of that habit loop from your brain. So those would be my top tips and key strategies for beating sugar cravings with a carnivore diet. Number 1, to recap, crush cravings with protein and fat, really eat up. 2, control your environment wherever you are. Get rid of the snacks to the extent possible and have alternatives. And then 3, replace bad habits. Know your triggers when you're going to eat sugar or when you have these cravings for snacks, and have an alternative plan in place. And then the bonus tip, stay away from those artificial sweeteners. So I hope you guys found this helpful. Let me know your best tip in the comment section below. Again, please subscribe for more content like this, like the video, and happy World Carnivore Month. Keep it carnivore.